Your possessions reflect who you are. I don't own dresses. That ain't me, bro. What I do own, a lot of tools. I have an air compressor, which I use to power a lot of drills, grease guns, impact drills, and impact like torque wrenches, and a number of things like that. Staple guns, nail guns, riveter. I've got a drill press. I've got a table saw, bandsaw, drop saw, one of those, I don't know what they're called, one of those saws that you just push along, jigsaws, all sorts of wrenches and spanners and socket tools, socket sets, Allen keys, screwdrivers, vacuum pump, all kinds of straps, clamps, clamp looking clip things, a bunch of different chemicals, epoxy resins and paints and primers and things like that, flasks and funnels and different cups of different types and stirring rods, glass stirring rods, because my wife insists that they're very scientific. Or at least that's what they use in labs. I wouldn't know. I'm not a scientist per se of any official type. Ramps to drive cars onto, axle stands, jack, lawnmower, chainsaw, leaf blower, whipper snipper, all kinds of safety equipment with glasses and respirators. What are they called? Like headphones sort of things, but just for making things quiet. A number of different types of gloves, depending on if it's just to keep my hands clean or actually safe from grinders, sanders, like all kinds of orbital tools, polishers and sanders, and planers and surfaces, and I can do a lot of things. I made that bookshelf, I made the TV unit, I made a bunch of things in my computer room, desk, the turntable, desk. I designed but didn't make the record actual shelf. That's before I had a bunch of these things. Some sound dampening bass traps, essentially. I need to make more of those when I find time. I've installed roller shutters. I've set this kitchen up, the laundry, all the tiles. I painted all the walls. Spray guns, 2 different spray guns. The electric one, actually, I find a lot better than the air compressor one. I've got to still do both of the bathrooms. Well, I've done one of the toilets. I've got to do the bathroom next to it, and the ensuite, whatever bathroom next to the bedroom as well. When I find time, I'm doing a bunch of landscaping stuff outside. So cement mixer, and other tools, I don't know what they're called, like those little cement grabbing things, all sorts of shovels, rakes, brooms, a blowtorch, but not a very big one. I need to get a lot of that sort of welding blowtorchy stuff. That's something I really would love to do one day. I've designed parts for my car. I've taken that thing apart 100 times. I just changed the axles on my wife's car and checked all the discs, all the brakes, changed the rear ones because they needed changing. What I'm trying to say is, if you don't own, I mean, I have a lot of tools, a lot, more than most people. But if you don't own things along these lines, what I'm trying to suggest is that you most likely aren't very manly. Because what do men do? Oh, I have axes. What do men do? They go and chop down trees. That's what big manly men do. Now you're going to say, but I'm not a big manly man. And then I'm going to say, but that's what women want. Not every woman. Yeah, sure. I mean, sure, you might want to go down a completely different avenue. Essentially, everyone has different tastes, is what I'm trying to say. But by far, I think women want a man. They don't want a woman or a girlfriend. They want a man, a boyfriend, because there's lesbians for that. They want women. Okay, now if you're a very feminine man, nothing wrong with that, but you got to realize most women will, at the very least, not want that, or possibly very much be actively avoiding that. So just something to keep in mind. Your possessions do reflect who you are. I'm not going to say that you should buy things to make it look like you are someone else, but perhaps I firmly believe every man should be able to, build everything he needs, just about, service his things. I like to think if this was, 2,000 years ago, I wouldn't just get eaten by cats. That's what I like to believe. I'm not just going to venture out there and then get eaten by owls. Because we're still animals, we're still monkeys. We're just monkeys with cameras and kitchens. And actually, it's very important. We're monkeys with kitchens. That's a very important part of what makes humans do all these things compared to regular monkeys. So our emotions are just monkey emotions. We're still angry. We want selfish, angry bastards, essentially, deep down. Now, we do get socialized into being nice people who like to help other people on the internet. But it's a jungle out there, and you have to be a man. What you think about that?